congrats, KD, to 30,000 points in your career. Just outstanding. Your 15th All-Star appearance. But when I see that, I go, hold on. Kobe, Bron, Kareem, the only three players with more All-Star appearances than you. Are you going to catch Kobe at 18? You going to keep going that long, my friend?
Man, who knows, man. I'm going to take it a day at a time and enjoy the moment. It's cool being around the best players in the world, some old, some young. And to be back in the Bay Area, too, as well, a place where I had some success and won a championship and lived for 3 years, man. It's a special weekend.
KD, I'm going to go back. I've been around the game a long time. I'm not going to gloss over 30,000 points.
Man.
Take me to that kid to now that scored 30,000 points in the NBA.
Yeah, man, it's something I didn't really dream about or think that I can accomplish, man, because so many great players and so much got to go right in your career to get to this point. And I'm just grateful for all the people that invested in me and teammates, coaches, friends, family that was always there for me to help me get better. And, I got more to do, man. I want to keep going.
KD, and I look at it, we know injuries play a part, but no injuries. We're talking about 35, 34. I don't know.
We can play the hypothetical for sure.
We can play it. So take me through for the young kids who idolize you. You've always been a great player, but to sustain greatness, tell me, what do you do?
Yeah, it's about routine and falling in love with that routine every single day. As you know, is all about improving and trying to make adjustments to who you are as a player every single day. Is nonstop, even through the season. I know we hear about off season, how that's important and how we need to get better in off season, but I really take pride in getting better throughout the season as well, putting in work in between games and having that transfer over the games. And I think just having that consistency and that routine is why I'm here today and why I can still do the things I do.
There's been discussion about potentially adding one-on-one to NBA All-Star Weekend. If they did that, right, one, do you think you would win the one-on-one versus everybody? And two, who would be the toughest person to face in one-on-one in the league?
Man, that would be tough. Of course, I would have to go with myself. But there's so many great one-on-one players in our league. I don't think it would be easy to predict who will come out on top. But if I had to say one guy, it'd probably be Wemby. I had Tatum in there too, the long athletic guys, so I just feel like it's a lot of guys that can come out here and put a show on in a one-on-one. So that would be a cool addition to All-Star Weekend. We'll see what happens with that.
I remember your first All-Star. Now you're an OG.
Yeah.
Take me through what advice would you give some of these guys at their first All-Star game, getting a chance to play in this type of atmosphere with the guys that they looked up to?
Yeah, I would tell them to try to experience and be a part of every event as you can. I remember Dame was in every event for the first few times he was an All-Star. You see Vic just said he's going to be playing and doing the skills challenge tonight. And so take advantage of just the weekend itself as a player and immersing yourself in the culture of All-Star Weekend, So I did a three-point contest, horse championship, played in the rookie game, so as much as you can get into these events is pretty cool and it's a memorable experience.
All right, from one future Hall of Famer to the Hall of Famer Reggie Miller, what you got, my friend?
KD, your team name says it all, the OGs. Now, you guys are on a lot of these younger teams, Mount Rushmore, and they're coming for y'all's neck. What is going to be the mentality that the OGs take? Like, we're not losing to some of these young teams.
Well, when you look at some of the OGs, what they did before All-Star break, James Harden at 35 playing 50 minutes against Utah the other night. You see Dame, you see Steph playing back-to-backs, playing high minutes. So we got high energy too, man. So they got to match us, So when you come out there on the court with us, we got experience and energy. It's going to be a fun matchup.
And this is a reunion, an Olympic reunion for a lot of you guys. Some experience for you guys as well going into this new format.
Yeah, we got some, guys that have been teammates before on this, on the OGs, So our chemistry is going to be there. We're looking forward to putting a show on in front of fans.
KD, looking now, let's fast forward for the second half of the season. What did the Phoenix Suns have to do to get into that mix? To get in that mix where we've seen you guys, where you supposed to be, wherever we thought before the season.
Yeah, it's been disappointing for sure. I don't want to hide from that fact. I think fundamentally, if we become a better rebounding team and that'll help our defense more. I think we do a good job of initially getting stops, but it's hard for us to you know, when it's hard for us to rebound, it's hard for us to finish plays and become a good defensive team. So if there's one thing I had to pinpoint is that, and you know, and you know, once we get that under control, I think the rest of our game will start to flourish.
You know, KD, you're going down as one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, but before that, you're one of the greatest hoopers in DMV history. So before we let you go, give me your top 5 DMV hoopers of all time. You're already on the list, so I just need 4 more.
You go Grant Hill. We talked about this all summer. Okay. Is he DMV or not? And I would put him in that category, even though he's from Northern Virginia. Len Bias. Yep. I would throw Len Bias in there. I mean, one of the first guys to kind of set the tone from that area, PG County. I would say Steve Francis too. I would throw him in there. He's one of the first All-Stars, multiple-time All-Stars. Man, then an underrated name, I would have to go somebody like Adrian Dantley.
Yep, my man.
You know, I know that might take some of the audience back a little bit with a few of those names, but those are the guys that set the foundation for me that I looked up to and that had incredible long careers.
You know, KD, my last question for you. How many more years? 4, 5, 6? Hey, listen, you're going to always be able to score.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want to go to the wheels fall off, man. I want to be able to continue to impact the game as much as I can in any role that's asked of me. And I'm having fun, you know, getting better and going through the grind, man. So we'll see.
Hoopers recognize hoopers.
KD, appreciate you spending some time with us. We got to give props to my man 3D2, also a DMV hooper who was just outstanding through his time in the DMV, through the NBA
I got to ask you, though, Chris.
Okay.
Detroit Hoopers versus DMV Hoopers.
DMV, bro.
We're talking about that. Like, hey, wait a minute, you from New York, so don't give me all that. You have nothing. You're New York.
Hey, I worked in DC for 8 years. I'm going to DMV.
Who you got in your starting 5 right now?
You know, we got George Gervin.
Yeah.
Derek Coleman.
Yeah.
Spencer Haywood. Chris Webber.
And you throwing you in there
Jalen, you know.
Hey, I got a deep team. I'm taking us though, man. I'm taking the DMV, man.
Right. DMV over Detroit. That's what we're going with. All right, KD, we appreciate you
man.
always spending
Thanks.
some time with us.
Brother.